Hello and welcome to another anime news video. Today we just have one article to look at, but it is about a show that myself and I'm sure many other people do appreciate and love, and that show is Fire Force, specifically Fire Force Season 3. Now, I heard that the Season 3 is not coming out until next year, 2024, and I think the main reason for that is the changing of studios from David Productions to Studio Shaft. David Productions did what I thought was an absolutely amazing job with the first two seasons of Fire Force. And while I personally don't know why David Studios is stepping back from doing season 3 of Fire Force, maybe they just have too much stuff on their plate already and they just can't handle another season of Fire Force, or they just can't handle anything else. But whatever the reason, I think Studio Shaft will do just as good of a job as David Studios did with the first two seasons. Now, if you don't know much about Studio Shaft, I will have an article linked in the description that has about season 3 of Fire Force, and it also has a little blurb about Studio Shaft down in the bottom of it. But I'll read a little bit of that right now. Founded in the mid-1970s, they're probably best known for their work on the Monogatari series, and I think they also did Yu Yu Hakusho as well. So those, I feel like, are two highly regarded and discussed anime series. At least Monogatari is. I hear that name kind of tossed around all the time. Not so much Yu Yu Hakusho, but I'm sure Studio Shaft is going to absolutely knock it out of the park and try to keep up with the pace that was set by the original studio that did the first two seasons. If you don't know what Fire Force is, it's basically this fire department in like future Tokyo or something, and these firefighters, it's basically, there are, I want to say, like 9 firehouses within like the whole like world of this show, and they're all sort of fighting against, like, they're a part of this church, and this one like group of firefighters, this one squadron of firefighters is sort of like the kind of like the outcast, I guess. It's like, the outcast group or the misfit group of firefighters, and they kind of realize that something's not right with their world, and their version of Tokyo is sort of kind of going downhill, and they realize that, so they're sort of investigating this church. I think that's what it is. And it turns out there's this group of evil firefighters, and I don't know, I forget, it's been a while since I've seen it, I'll have to brush up on the show, but they're more of a crime-fighting fire department rather than an actual firefighting fire department. It's kind of a weird concept, but it makes sense if you really sit down and watch it, and it's just an enjoyable series, really, I think, if you're into that sort of like action mystery sort of anime. And it turns out that one of the brothers of this, rogue, not necessarily rogue squadron of firefighters, but one of the brothers of this fire department has a hand in the sort of like the bad part of the firefighting world, and not exactly like he has something to do with with the the goings on in Tokyo. But it's an amazing show. I can't wait for season 3 whenever it comes out. It's going to be an awesome show. It's going to be an amazing series. I think that Studio Shaft, like I mentioned earlier, is really just going to knock it out of the park and do an absolutely amazing job with the show. So that's going to be about it for this video. If you guys liked it, please leave a thumbs up and please consider subscribing, because that would be amazing for me. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.